Minecraft SMPs, a very widely talked about topic that is very popular for all the wrong reasons. The Dream SMP, which although was popular, actually one of the most popular of our time, had some of the biggest controversies in YouTube history with Mr. Moonshine and Jikishi. And then most other SMPs are just known for how stale, boring, and repetitive they were. And the only new SMP, the Chicken Burger SMP started by the Shorts Wars YouTubers, is just gaining attention. But there is one SMP that, through everything, has somehow stayed relevant to this day. Even though it started 11 years ago, it is currently number 2 on trending. Hermitcraft. Somehow, some way, this SMP has had no controversies, no bad episodes, and only good members. And I'm gonna tell you how they did it. Now, I'm not gonna go into massive detail, I'm just gonna summarize it on the creation of Hermitcraft. If you want to actually see the full story, Zazuma Void, the former leader of the SMP, has his video on the origin story, which I'll leave in the description and at the end of this video. But stay and watch before you watch his. So to sum it up now, a former YouTuber named Generic made Hermitcraft because he wasn't invited to another popular server at the time called Minecraft. He invited his friends and they had a pretty good time, but a couple of months after the creation of Hermitcraft, he actually did get invited to Minecraft and after a week, left the server. And then the server declined, really. There were only a couple of Hermitcraft videos per week, and it was slowly fading away. But Zazuma Void, the YouTuber I literally mentioned like 10 seconds ago, took charge of the server, and then, over time, obviously, multiple YouTubers started joining Hermitcraft, and the rest is history. But these events took place almost a decade ago. So how is it still trending? Well, I sort of do have to tell you. I think a very underappreciated and a very under-talked part of Hermitcraft is actually how deep the lore is. There wasn't much lore until Season 8, where there was cutscenes and so much that added so much intrigue and so much questions about the server lore that was just amazing about how they approached it and how they made it so good and the storyline kept it so fresh. Which is, I think, definitely a factor on how they stayed relevant for all these years, was adding lore that really just bumped the server to a whole nother level. Upon looking at the thumbnails, it seems just like a repetitive server, but upon closer inspection, and around 30 seconds of watching the first episode of Season 10, I realized exactly how they are still so popular. Consistency and freshness. Every season there is a new challenge. This season, for example, is called Demise, which is like pseudo-hardcore. Well, I really couldn't actually explain it now that I think about it, so I'll just let Green explain.
Now, obviously, if you die in hardcore, your world ends. That's not going to happen here, but you do join the dead team. But there's a little bit of a twist this time, so if you please don't, because the game will end really quickly. If you die, your name will turn red, and you become temporarily a Reaper, and your job is to kill someone else who has not died yet. Okay, the last person alive. The very last person will receive a very big, important mystery gift that we all know, but the audience won't know till later, and I think everyone desperately wants the prize.
Every season, there is something new. It feels like opening a new toy that you got tired of, but now there's an update or something amazing. So you want to try again. Hermitcraft is a perfect example of how, with just some alterations and some more effort, you can make something amazing. Also, I've noticed, especially from less popular servers like Lifesteal, they talk to the audience a lot, trying to keep them engaged, like a documentary. But Hermitcraft rarely addresses the audience, only for about a couple of minutes at the start, but then the entire time just talks with their friends and makes it seem just like a movie. Talking to their friends, interacting, but still keeps you interested. This premise of not talking with the audience might seem like a bad idea, but it works. It really works. Now you might think that this is all, but there is one more thing that keeps Hermitcraft fresh. Yeah, this really isn't a surprise. The members of Hermitcraft is what keeps it the best. There are smaller YouTubers like Pearlescent Moon and Set of Plays who keep the server fresh and engaging, but the big YouTubers like Mumbo Jumbo and Green are the abundance of icing on the cake. Their dynamic in real life and on Minecraft is amazing. In one corner, we have the god of redstone, and in the other, the god of building. It's just perfect. And the dynamics just in general between all the people is so amusing and very entertaining to watch. It makes the server not just feel like people trying to get views, but people actually enjoying their time with their friends. Also, the members they pick are actually just really funny, so they don't need like a YouTube facade to stay engaging. Just being themselves is perfect. So yeah, that's that. This is the story of how Hermitcraft stayed relevant. To boil it down, it's their consistency, freshness, and members. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.